I was thinking it was about time for me to bring back some Dawn level games here. And what a better way to do it than to go back to my first little mental fun account here that's at 4Dawn, my Canadian account that makes everyone think I'm from Canada. Just so you know, I am not Canadian. Anyway, last few times I played on here, I was really annoyed with the games that I played. Very low quality. And let's see if we can lose some more at 4Dawn.
Start to play.
All right, we are black for now. I've been really wanting to play territorial games, so we'll see if they stay. Okay, good. We do want to get the first 10 moves or so in fairly quickly. So I'm just going to be doing this simple low enclosure. Oh, good. I'm very glad they decided to do a Joseki. So let me just attach underneath, pull back, and do this jump. We are officially past 10, so we feel pretty good about ourselves. Because they did the high approach, I am going to do the low approach in the upper left, just to make the board a little bit different. It's nothing special, no special reason behind it. Whenever they kick, you always extend, and this jump is nice here. We just want to do 3 spaces away. They played high. I'm going to play low. Something I've noticed is that low is actually a little bit easier to manage, and so I think you should be playing low when you can. And here is where we have like 2 kind of nice big moves. We can play on the right side at R12, or we can jump into the 3-3. I'm 100% okay with 3-3 here because I think the bottom side's not too important. I'd rather have the corner, and I think both options are good. In this case, since I said I'm playing Territorial, I'm going to jump into the 3-3 and see what happens. I'm not responding with my group on the left side because I think it's strong enough. Like, we don't really need to do anything special here. Oh, they're Haning right away. This is actually a good idea, by the way. Often when you do this, you should double Hane when they have low stones because it gives them a position that they don't really want anyway, and you get your corner back. So there's definitely nothing wrong with this. This is a good way for black or for white to play here. I do generally like to push up here. I don't think they're going to be growing that much anyway, and so I can now go back to the other big move on the board, which was this checking extension here. Oh, interesting move here. This is a way usually to reduce a moyo, and so usually when your opponent caps, you answer with the knight's move. I don't want my new stone that I just played to be cut off, so I'm going to answer with the knight's move on this side. They are going to be able to build something on the right side, but I think this is acceptable. This move is actually not a Sente move because there's no way to really harm my stones. But if I extend, we can maybe do some more damage to the other group here. So I will extend this time because now I can do this knight's move to completely separate. Or if they keep pushing, we can just Hane to separate the stones. This wasn't about me being strong in this case. It was about the separation idea more than anything else. This is an unusual move here. I don't have to answer this one. I think we don't need to really worry about this too much. We've already sort of separated this in a really nice way, and the way they can actually use their 3 stones here is by attaching to my stone on the top at 017. This is sort of the move that they're supposed to have played, and then they cross-cut and they sacrifice the stone in order to get a lot on the outside. So in this case, we could do the knight's move again, but it leaves some weakness. So I'm just going to do a 1-point jump here to prevent the attachment into the corner. Their shape is already broken on the other side, so I feel pretty okay with this. I don't really want them to attack my group, so I will just answer here on the bottom. I could answer differently, but I don't mind if they push here because they're not building too much in their area. And this one, I don't even necessarily have to answer. My group is already alive. I don't necessarily have to worry about these points. And one way to move on would be to go back and defend my left side group. If we jump here and they jump, they do get a little bit more. So another nice way to do it would be to attach on top. If they Hane, we pull back. If they go to cut us, we cut them. They push. It's going to be a bit of a fight, but it could be fine for us to do. And if we do extend, what are we getting? We're just getting points. All right, so I will be attaching on top. I want to reduce this from being a very large area, just being a little bit smaller while also strengthening my stones. There is this cutting point here, which could actually work right now. If we cut the Atari, we go down, they block from C9. We turn, they do have this double Hane sort of thing. So one way we can maybe make that work is if we extend in the corner first. They have to block here, yep. Then we do have this peeping move, which if we're able to connect up, we'll be able to kill the corner. And then we could cut, and they can no longer do any special way of doing anything.
Now starts.
I think if I want to cut, I would want to peep first. So this is where we need to ask ourselves, do we need to cut? I don't think we need to cut right now, but I do think this group in the middle is in a little bit of danger. So it could be good to attack this group now. We are solid on every other side, so we can do some sort of fighting now. If we jump in here, we can probably still just connect up and get something.
8,
Make this group a little bit
7,
weak,
4,
but I think that might be asking
3,
for too much.
2.
So I will just push over the top here so that we can attack the group in the center. Yep, I'm going to Hane here. And now we can sort of attack this group. And I think the way that I want to do it is by attacking the vital point. If they get this tiger's mouth, it's a really nice shape. If they get this jump, it's a pretty good shape as well. So either of these two moves are probably fine. I want to take away the tiger's mouth in this case. And so if we pull back, we're getting rid of the tiger's mouth again. So I think I'd rather jump here if I was going to do that. So I'll jump back. And we do have our cutting point here, but I think I want to extend back right now. And then we'll try to build something in the center. I think that'll be the better idea. If they're going to push again, I thought they would maybe cut or jump towards the other direction. If they're going to keep pushing, the cut is becoming a bit more dangerous, and they will be starting to make some more points. So I don't mind fixing that now to get rid of the potential points that they could be making here. And they still have to be very careful how they handle this group. Yeah, I'll just block. There's nothing really here. Now we need to decide how we're going to make the profit. So we got some extra stones here. We could just make the points on the top here. It sort of feels like we should probably just come back and answer on the bottom. That'd be very similar. This is going to probably be good enough as well.
9.
So if we jump
8,
here, they jump out
7,
again, then we make the points,
6,
or we just make the points
5,
first and see what they decide
4,
to do.
3.
So let's do that one. Because now they have a weak group in the center, it can be a little bit harder for them to do anything. Here, I think we can actually just, we could jump up. I think I will peep at this cutting point here, potential cutting point here, and then we can just, I kind of want to jump over this direction. So I can maybe build some in the middle, maybe build some on the top. This might be a little bit greedy, but I'm going to jump this way because it just looks more interesting overall. Because yeah, I don't care at all about these two stones. These two stones aren't even 2 eyes for my opponent. So when they get that, they are not even alive yet. And I did just now get all the points that I wanted. They can live with one move here. So we could decide to get rid of that, but I think they're going to probably be alive anyway. And so we've
9,
sort of fixed the top
8,
side. We've gotten some
7,
points. And now I think we can go
6,
back to this
5,
bottom side here
4,
and just clean up this area, make sure we get enough points here too. Push and cut does do a little bit of something. So I will extend here to fix that problem. And now we should have all the points on the bottom in this corner. We have this large top as well. It's similar to what I have on the bottom here. If I just connect, they push and cut and go down, it doesn't do anything. They push and cut the other way, I go down, it doesn't do anything. So I will just connect here to make my group very strong. But as you saw, I made sure to read that out before I did it. But we'll see if there's something special here that they're trying to figure out. We could push up. Does that do anything for us? If we push up, they can push in and cut. We connect here, and maybe there's Aji, so we'll just connect. We don't need to worry about it. We already took the time to protect this cutting point in the center earlier, which gives us a lot of room to reduce them if we have to. And now we want to come back to that cutting on the left side if we can. So we're going to back off from this one, and they should probably fix that, honestly, because I will just defend over here. This gets rid of any Aji that I had on the top. They are trying to build the center, but I think there's not an easy way to get it. So I think I want to come here and do this peeping move that I talked about much earlier on in the game. If we can catch these 3 stones in the corner, we're very, very happy. And so now we can cut here and get a decent amount of points. The reason I did it in this order is because they could have fought back if I did it the cut first. Yep, just go down. They can't fight back this time, and I can still connect underneath. So usually they would want to play one more move, but they don't have to. They're going to be building up their area here. They do have a lot of Aji here with this cut. With this cut, they have to turn. It looks like it's actually going to be kind of difficult to really reduce anything over here. Like we'll be able to reduce a little bit at a time. We don't want to go too far in. And since it's going to be a little bit difficult, I don't want to do something that ends up hurting me too much. So one thing I was considering was doing this cross attach, but I'm just going to attach on the other side, get my points here, and leave this Aji available. Because like with this move, if I cut here, they do have to turn, then there's this cut and this cut here, and maybe there would be something available. So for now, I'm just going to back off here. This is really big, but for now, we're just going to do some basic reduction, and then we can go and defend our area on the left side and play some big in-game moves. This doesn't do anything because we can connect back to our other stones. We have 2 different ways to connect. So if we just connect back solidly, we can even just push again, I think. So is there a way for them to disconnect us? There is. If we just push again, we're fine. I had to double check though. Yep. Now there's all these Ataris and cutting points and stuff. So they should probably not have done that. And now we can just go in even further. So if they wedge, we Atari and connect. They cut, we Atari and connect. We're still getting rid of a lot. So I think we can just do this diagonal here. We're getting rid of all the points they were just trying to make here, so I really don't mind that at all. So we've already basically accomplished our job. Now we can go back to these big moves. Hane versus extend down is something I still need to learn. I think this time we're going to extend down, because if he blocks, we'll do the Hane and connect. Yeah, like this. Should be Sente. And then we can go back to another big move over here. Probably do it the same way if we want to. I think the same thing here, basically. Hane and connect now. Sure, let's Hane and connect now as well. I'm not going to worry about this particular one right now. I kind of want to go back to the other side. Should I do this way first and then push up, or just connect? Push up is pretty big. I think we can just push up first. Then connect. And now we can either go back and play like the Hane here, or we can fix this area. I think I like this one more. I usually just err on the side of playing the side moves, the corner and side moves, instead of playing these middle areas. It's usually just like the simpler idea most of the time, because it's harder to calculate how much these moves are worth. In this particular case, I think we just back off and we're good to go. Or can we get a little bit more with this one? I think I'll just back off and not worry about it. Could have maybe attached, could have maybe tried to get a lot more, but it didn't really matter too much. I'm not even sure what this move is trying to do. So I don't mind just cutting that off if they want me to. I don't want to allow the Hane, so I will back off. I guess this is getting them a couple points here in the center. But like I said before, I don't really like to focus on the center too much. In this case, it's sort of the last area to do anything, so I definitely don't mind. I can poke in 2 different places, which is really nice. This cut doesn't do anything because my groups are alive on both sides. It's still a big move, but the cut doesn't do anything. So we can still just come in to this area in the middle. Okay, the cut still doesn't do anything, but it at least has an Atari. And I don't want to let them get too much over here, so I will just answer. Yep, they already had that move, so that's why I decided just to answer. If they capture, I do owe a move, so I will just connect to keep it very simple for myself. Can I cut this off if I play here? It's not a good idea. So I'll just extend one more time, and now there's no points here at all. Their group's alive, so they don't need to really worry about that. And now let's just play some quick endgame-y stuff. So just like pushing here and some simpler moves. Just finish off the area. All right, we'll take the double Atari here. I don't mind. I was very happy to get that. I was just playing some simple moves that I thought they were going to just respond to, but I guess not. No, there's no reason to do anything special here. No reason to cut off or anything either. So I will take Tengen because I'm threatening to cut off the 1 stone and it's Tengen. So, like, why not? So I guess I'll just cut off this 1 stone. I'm pretty happy with that idea. So if we do this one, they Atari us. We connect in whichever direction, and they can Atari and Atari, and it doesn't do anything. Okay, so I had to read it out first. Okay, just double checking. But yeah, it looks like I can connect. And then, yep, connect. I had no points here, so even if they get a couple extra points because of it, I also got extra points because of this too. So we're very happy with this sort of result. And this other move here is now a point when it wasn't before. So I feel like that's a really nice result already. I'll just play this one, prevent them from getting that in Sente, or as easily in Sente. Push once probably doesn't really matter. So we'll just, we'll just finish up with these small moves here. Yep, just responding. Yeah, I don't mind just continuing to respond. We will eventually need another move here, because I'll have this cut into the capture. Nothing on this side, so I don't worry about it too much, but we do have to keep that in mind. This is technically a reverse Sente move, which is nice. I guess just Hanes are going to be good enough. I do have to keep track of my time, because I can't necessarily hear it that well. It's a little bit low. I will just answer. Answer. Nothing here, right? Still nothing here, so we're good. Double checked before answering any moves my opponent plays, because I do have a weakness, right? And so we do want to make sure that that weakness doesn't do anything. So here, if we connect, they can do this Atari and then Atari us. So if we play here, they can Atari and go down, and that doesn't work anymore. We can also just connect. We have to connect eventually, right? I'll just connect. They played a move on the inside of my area, so I don't mind playing another move here. Yep, connect solidly. There's nothing there. I already owed a move on the inside, so nothing has really changed here. That's why I played the way that I knew was the safest bet, that I knew just worked 100%. Yep, connect. I don't necessarily have to respond right away. Anything else to do though first? Not really too much to do. I guess I will just respond then. This is no longer a Sente right away. It will be, but it's no longer one right away. But I also didn't want to take my own liberties here, which is why I didn't play that side myself. And so we will put another like I guess it's not really a point, huh?
9.
So there's not really any more
8,
points apart from
7,
the Atari. I guess I'll do the
6,
Atari first.
5.
We don't have to worry about this. We have plenty of ice shape here, so we can just go back and connect now. As I said, we will have to eventually anyway. Yeah, now we can connect over here. This is sort of Miai. That's why I wasn't sure if I should even play it at that point or not. But yeah, this looks okay. We just connect over here. That is not a Sente move, so we can just play a same thing that they just did. See if they want to try something, or if we're just actually filling in Dame. Looks like we're actually filling in Dame. Okay, we'll actually do that then. And then they resign when it comes to counting, so that's good. That's a good time to resign. So I don't think you can see it, but it says Black's ahead by 32.5. So I think that's pretty good. It's not too bad at all. And see, I didn't even try too much to kill or too much to do anything special. I just took a lot of points, and my opponent didn't take enough points. So let's see where their biggest mistake was. So I think their biggest mistake was actually in the opening, where they played. Not opening, I guess it's start of middle game sort of area, but it was when they played this move. This move is not necessarily a bad move, but they didn't follow up on it correctly. So I just want to show you the normal follow-up, and then we can move on. So if I did answer from the top side, which is possible, there is this idea of maybe being able to cut off my one stone at R12, which is why I didn't want to have to deal with this sort of way of playing. And the top side's not actually that interesting anyway. It's similar to my bottom side. That's why this double Hane was good, like I mentioned, because the bottom side just not worth that many points. And taking the corner here is definitely the better choice. I think that was the right idea. That's why I answered this direction. I could answer in a slightly different way if I wanted to. And then normally they are supposed to attach right away. If I Hane under, they can cross cut, because this is going to start breaking into my area. If I want to try to do something here, they're going to just be able to destroy my corner, and I'm just in a lot of trouble. So that's a simplified way of looking at it, but there's a lot of different ways that Black could play here, but none of them really look that good. So usually you capture, if they Atari here, you can connect the Atari here, and then they can play this. And now you can see they at least have some potential on the top side. And if it goes like this is where I could peep and not jump there, but peep and jump. And it'd be similar to what they did on the bottom side, where they can take some points here. Like when they played the Knight's move later, I was able to potentially take points. But in this case, they probably do want to answer when I play 15 to push, because their group is not alive on the top side yet. And now we can go back to trying to do something with this bottom side group. For example, we can do this sort of fun throw anything here to try to get something if we want to, or we can just go for the points, because the center may not matter too much in this game. Something like this is probably going to be fine. Maybe I even just jump here. I think that was the sort of mistake that led to them not having enough points anymore, because as you see here, they at least have the top side as points, whereas in the game, what ends up happening is that I end up having the top side. And so you have to be really careful with these random pushes in the center of the board, especially when they're separating your groups. I didn't even have to attack the groups in order to get anything from this position, because I've already profited. Something that's very, very important to note. I've already profited here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are happy to see some more Dawn level games back. Yeah, so I hope you're having a good day and have fun.